What does it mean to be truly brave? Is it fearlessness or something more? Imagine a firefighter, his heart pounding in his chest as he stands before a towering inferno, the heat radiating off the flames intense enough to singe the very air. The average person would turn and run, but not him. Despite the fear gnawing at his insides, he steps forward, walking into the belly of the beast. This isn't recklessness, it's bravery. Bravery, a word we often associate with heroes and daring feats. Yet it's not about the absence of fear, but the decision to act in spite of it. It's the understanding that fear is a natural response to danger, and yet refusing to be controlled by it. Picture the firefighter again. His fear is real, but it doesn't paralyze him. Instead, it sharpens his senses, fuels his determination. He knows the risks, understands the potential cost, yet he pushes forward, not because he's fearless, but because he's brave. Bravery isn't always about life and death situations. It's found in the everyday decisions we make. It's choosing to speak up for what's right, even when it's easier to stay silent. It's standing by your convictions, even when you're standing alone. It's admitting when you're wrong and having the courage to make things right. Bravery is about facing your fears, acknowledging them, and then deciding they won't dictate your actions. It's about pushing past your comfort zone, taking calculated risks, and making tough decisions, even when you're scared. The firefighter's story is but a single illustration of bravery. His decision to walk into a burning building, to put his life on the line to save others, is a testament to the power of bravery. He could have turned away, could have let his fear dictate his actions, but he didn't. He chose to face his fear, to act despite it. The firefighter's story shows us that bravery is about facing your fears and acting anyway. It's about making tough decisions, even when you're scared. So if bravery isn't about being fearless, then what's the role of fearlessness? Consider the story of a professional skydiver. For them, the thrill of jumping from great heights is intoxicating. The rush of adrenaline, the feeling of the wind against their skin, the breathtaking view of the world from thousands of feet in the air. This is fearlessness in its purest form. There's no room for fear when you're free falling from the sky, only exhilaration. But let's not forget that skydiving is inherently dangerous. There's always a chance that something could go wrong, a malfunctioning parachute, a sudden gust of wind, a misjudgment in landing. These are the risks that every skydiver faces each time they leap from a plane. So is the skydiver's fearlessness simply recklessness? Not necessarily. You see, the skydiver doesn't ignore these dangers. They acknowledge them, prepare for them, and face them head-on. They wear safety gear, check their equipment meticulously, and train rigorously to handle emergency situations. Their fearlessness doesn't come from ignoring the risks, but from understanding them and choosing to face them anyway. This is where fearlessness can sometimes lead to recklessness, if not balanced with a sense of responsibility. When fearlessness blinds us to the potential consequences of our actions, it can lead us to take unnecessary risks, to act without thinking, to ignore the warning signs. That's not bravery, that's recklessness. But when fearlessness is combined with responsibility, it becomes a powerful tool for overcoming challenges. It allows us to push past our comfort zones, to take calculated risks, to face our fears with courage. It's not about being fearless for the sake of it, but about being fearless in the pursuit of our goals, in the face of adversity, in the service of others. Being fearless can be thrilling, but it's important to understand the potential consequences. True bravery is about understanding the risks and facing them with courage. Bravery and fearlessness, while different, are not mutually exclusive. How do they intersect? Let's delve into this by exploring the journey of a woman who dared to venture into the world of business, despite the looming risks and the fear of failure. Imagine a woman, let's call her Jane. Jane had a dream to start her own business, a dream she had nurtured since her childhood. But like many of us, the fear of failure and the risks associated with starting a business were daunting. Yet Jane was not deterred. This is where her fearlessness came into play. Fearlessness in this case was not the absence of fear, but the daring to take a step forward despite it. Jane's fearlessness allowed her to take the leap, to start her business, to put her idea out into the world. But as we all know, starting is only the first step. Running a business is a roller coaster ride filled with highs and lows, triumphs and setbacks. And it was during these challenging times, when the fear of failure crept back in, that Jane's bravery shone through. Bravery is not the absence of fear, but the strength to keep going despite it. And it was Jane's bravery that kept her pushing forward, kept her fighting, even when things got tough. Jane's story is a testament to the symbiotic relationship between bravery and fearlessness. Her fearlessness allowed her to take a risk, to start her own business. Her bravery ensured she stayed the course, even when faced with adversity. This is the intersection of bravery and fearlessness. They are two sides of the same coin, each fueling the other. Fearlessness emboldens us to take risks, to venture into the unknown. Bravery gives us the strength to keep going, to persist, even when the path is fraught with challenges. Bravery and fearlessness can work together to help us take risks and face challenges head-on. But remember, it's the bravery that keeps us going when the going gets tough. How can we cultivate bravery and fearlessness in our own lives? Well, it begins with understanding that bravery isn't the absence of fear, but rather the strength to keep going forward despite the fear. Fearlessness, on the other hand, is the boldness to confront our fears and uncertainties head-on. Firstly, we can cultivate bravery and fearlessness by facing our fears in small, manageable steps. Think of it as a staircase, each step representing a fear we need to confront. We don't need to leap to the top in one bound. We take it one step at a time, gradually gaining confidence as we ascend. For instance, if public speaking terrifies you, start by speaking in front of a mirror, then to a small group of friends or family, gradually increasing the audience size until you can confidently address a large crowd. Secondly, we can foster bravery by practicing resilience. Life will throw curveballs at us. It's a given, but it's how we respond to these challenges that define our bravery. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity, to get up when we're knocked down. It's about dusting ourselves off after a failure and trying again with renewed determination. For example, if you're learning to play an instrument and you hit a wrong note, you don't just give up. You correct your mistake, learn from it, and continue to play. Thirdly, we can nurture fearlessness by cultivating a positive mindset. A positive mindset enables us to see opportunities where others see obstacles. It empowers us to take calculated risks and to venture out of our comfort zones. Consider when you're faced with a daunting task at work or school. Instead of viewing it as an insurmountable hurdle, see it as a chance to learn something new, to grow, and to prove to yourself that you can do it. Cultivating bravery and fearlessness is a journey, not a destination. It's about continually pushing your boundaries and facing your fears. Remember, every step you take on this journey is a step towards becoming a braver, more fearless version of you. In the end, the world truly is for the brave. So how will you face it? This is where we've been heading, isn't it? Through the power of bravery and the impact of fearlessness, we've journeyed to the intersection of these two formidable forces, cultivating them within ourselves. Now we stand at the precipice, ready to leap into a world that awaits the bold, the fearless, the brave. Let's ponder a moment on the essence of our journey. Bravery, that unyielding force that propels us forward, even when the path is shrouded in uncertainty. It's not about the absence of fear, but the willingness to act despite it. It's the choice to rise, to fight, to push beyond our comfort zones and challenge the status quo. Then there's fearlessness, the audacious refusal to be swayed by fear. It's not about never feeling fear, but about not letting it dictate our actions. Fearlessness is the canvas on which we paint our daring exploits. It's the wind beneath the wings of our most audacious dreams. And at the intersection of these two, we find a potent blend of courage and audacity, a mix that allows us to face our fears, to step out of our comfort zones, to challenge ourselves and the world around us. It's a combination that invites us to embrace life, with all its ups and downs, and to live it on our terms. So how will you face the world? Will you let fear hold you back? Or will you stand tall, embracing bravery and fearlessness? Will you shrink from challenges? Or will you rise to meet them, head held high and heart ablaze with courage? Remember, the world is for the brave. It's a stage set for those who dare to dream, to strive, to conquer. So always say to yourself, I am brave, I am fearless. These are not just words, but a mantra, a proclamation of your intent to seize life by the reins. Remember, the world is for the brave, so always say to yourself, I am brave, I am fearless, and then go out and prove it.